The PipeLeads Client Services Suite is a complete system for client-based businesses. So that's if you work with clients, not customers, which are people like coaches, consultants, agencies, professional services, like maybe you're an attorney or you're an accountant. This complete business workflow from the first contact to the signed contract is for you. Now it says 5 integrated apps. It's actually 6 because we're going to be putting the project baser, because once you fulfill a client, you need to now have different people managing the project. So this is to find your leads, book your calls, manage the relationship, send invoices, close the deals, sign the contracts, and manage the project is all in one seamless system. So you have your lead finder, your calendar bug, your CRM, the invoicer, the document signer, and not shown here, the project baser, which we will get to later. All right, so as we were saying, PipeLeads Finder will allow you to find leads. You can search millions of verified business contacts by industry, location, job title, or tech stack. And then you could export those leads instantly into the CRM, which is in section 3, but you're going to need to book people. So we have calendar bugs, so you won't need Calendly. And this allows you to book, get your scheduling, your links, everything two-way sync with your actual calendar. And you'll manage those leads with PipeLeads CRM and then the invoice software and your signing. So that's another slide here that goes into detail, but we're going to be talking more into detail. So this is the flow. As you can see, you find your leads all the way through. This is designed, as we said, for relationships, not checkouts. This is for people you'll actually have contact with. So let's talk about PipeLeads Lead Finder. This allows you to find verified business contacts literally in seconds. You put in the information and then you will find the exact people that you need to contact, and it'll get their phone number and their email and allow you to put them right into your CRM so you can start contacting them. You can search by all of these different industries and locations or domains. You don't have to buy leads anymore from outdated lead brokers. This is going to be up-to-date information that you're going to be able to get. Here's the front end of the website. It says find your next customer, close the deal, all in one platform. So tell me who else is giving you the ability to actually find leads for you. Most platforms just give you the platform. We're giving you something that actually finds your ideal client profile. So how the right lead finder works. So you find the right people. We have AI-powered ideal client profile suggestions, multiple search types by people, local. So if you're an agency or for yourself and you need local clients, like for roofing or law services or nail salons or anything, you can do that as well. You can search by company or by domain, and it's real time. It's not recycled data that's been around for 3 years. All right. So step 2, you understand their business. So that means you can organize the prospect lists. You get company intelligence, and you can track and manage all of your searches. And you'll know what to say because the AI-powered tool will start automatically writing the contact information to reach out to the client for you. All right, so here's a look at the dashboard. As you can see, you'll be able to search by people. People means you can find people in a specific industry in that given area. There's a local search. So rather than searching for an industry, now you're searching for a certain radius around a particular pin that you want to drop by zip code. You can search for a company. Maybe you're looking for all of the people at Groove Digital. Well, this will find every contact available for you in a particular company, from the CEO down to the gaffer. You can search by domain. So you can put a particular domain name in, and it'll find the information. And we have the ability for you to find influencers. So you'll be able to look for people in a certain industry. So maybe you have a teeth whitening tool, or maybe you have a type of makeup, or you have some type of health energy drink, and you're looking for certain types of influencers. Well, this will allow you to find your ideal client that you could reach out to do a joint venture or make a sale. And we even now have intent search. So if you have people that are actually looking for specific solutions, you can find people based on their target data, their demographics. We have enterprise grade lead data. We pay for this lead scraping, so the information you're getting is real time. You'll be able to search industry, location, job title, company size filters. So you could search, if you're looking for companies, you could say, hey, I only want people with over 250 employees doing over $1 million a year. Or you could say, I want people with under 50 employees doing under $100,000 a year. So you could target them. You can export the data into, so you could work with any CRM. Of course, this will import right into PipeLeads CRM. You could save searches and set alerts for new matches. So as new people come in, it'll start finding new leads as they become available. You'll get their email addresses. You'll get their mobile phone numbers. You'll get their addresses. You'll get their company details, like all of their social links, email verification to ensure deliverability. And everything, as we said, is real time. So your emails land in inboxes and you call, your calls will connect and your campaigns will work. So no outbound emails to bounced emails. All right. Once you export that, you can just click export. It'll automatically go to your CRM. Now, once you find your ideal client, you will most likely build a funnel to get them to watch a video, and then you will tell them to book on your calendar. Now, look, we didn't reinvent the wheel here. We're not going to talk more about this. If you like Calendly, use Calendly. It's cheap, it's affordable. However, if you want, which we highly recommend, save the money on subscriptions and go with Calenderbug. And here's how it works. This is the front end of the website. And you can see we have gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous calendar widgets that are going on your site. Smart scheduling made simple. So it has all of the things that you can do to block off times and say that you don't take calls after 5 o'clock or you don't take calls on weekends, and you could set holidays, all those different things. This is a look inside the dashboard. This is what your calendar will look like, and this will sync with your Google Calendar. You'll be able to create meetings, so you have real-time availability. So this is all the scheduling features. You'll have reminders, you'll have custom branding, it'll detect the time zone, you'll have different multiple meeting types, right? So you can have meetings for consultation or meetings for clients. And you could even set buffer time zones between meetings. So you can set it, say, hey, if I have a meeting at 1, don't let me book another meeting at 2, because as you know, most meetings go late. So you can even set buffer time zones. Next is PipeLeads CRM. This allows you to see your entire sales pipeline visually. It's a visual board showing every lead and the deal by the stage that they are in the pipeline. You can drag deals from lead to qualified to proposal to negotiation to closed or won, like you won the contract. You track communications, set reminders, close deals. Everything about your sales process is visible at a glance. So let's take a look. This is your sales management. So you could see you could move people from a new lead to follow-up to negotiation. Then you have marketing automation, right? So inside you have the ability to have dynamic information automatically get emailed out from your actual connection to your Gmail inbox. And there are tags in here that when the people reply, you could either see it in your inbox or you'll see it in the CRM and you could respond right from the CRM. It can handle customer support, right? This is maybe a different type of support that you might need for a high ticket client. People that are paying you $3,000 to $4,000 a month, you want to go in and click on their lead contact, right? You don't want to wait for them to create a ticket. You want to put things in there that says, hey, I just spoke to this particular client, and put notes for you and other people. Maybe you're the salesperson and now you're handing it off to the team and you want to say something like, hey, this person doesn't like to be contacted by phone. They only want text messages. And of course, you get data and analytics of everything. So your data management integration, as you can see here, you have different ways to communicate with people, but we're going to recommend you pretty much just use email. This is an actual screenshot of our PipeLeads that we're using in our company. Yes, we have setters, closers, we have an agency, and we actually have leads that we're talking to. As you can see, some people are talking about a $799 or a $289 or a $299 sale. This is actual data from our CRM. Our team is using this actual product right now. This is when you look at your particular information about a person, shows you the different contact points that you had with them. Here we hid some of the information that we have of actual clients, people that might even be on this live stream. They're actually talking with our team right now. And these are where you go and you create different products so that you can instantly sell one of those products, have information at hand, and then connect with Invoicer later to pay it. All right. So we have integration with Zapier coming later next week, and it will integrate with Groove and integrates with Calendarbug and of course Invoicer as well. So that's PipeLeads CRM. It's a visual pipeline and communications tracking tool. You have to pay extra for these tools with things like Pipedrive or Trello or Notion, and get different every time you want to get a new feature, there's always like an upgrade. This will be included for you. So you have the visual pipeline, you have your communication history, your automatic reminders, your team stays in sync, nothing falls through the cracks. When everyone can see the pipeline, everybody on the team can see the pipeline, your deals move faster and close rates improve. Now, one of the things that's also important, I just want to go back, and that's when you drag a lead from one column to another, we have automations that go off in the background. So you can say, once we drag a lead from here to here, we can send out an email that says, congratulations, thank you for your purchase, or here's your onboarding information, or you can send a text message, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So you get real-time sales metrics, which is important. And then, of course, you just closed the deal. The last thing you want to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, is using something like Stripe to send an invoice, or using PayPal to send an invoice. Use Invoicer, where we can connect you with Stripe and PayPal inside of Invoicer. But Invoicer is a follow-up system that will actually tell you outstanding invoices. It allows you to keep credit cards on file so that you could bill somebody automatically without having to just you can just get on the phone and say, okay, yeah, oh, you want this additional feature? You click a button and you could invoice them. You could also use what we call the platform fee and allow your user to pay the platform fee. So if you have a $3,000 invoice, if we click right here and we type 3,000 times, and believe it or not, your average rate with Stripe, they'll tell you it's 2.9, but you'll find out with PayPal and Stripe, all fees all included is about 4.5%. So if you take 0.045, you'll see, let's see, 0.045, right, there you go. So that's 4 cents. You'll be paying $135 just to send out a $3,000 invoice. If you do 12 of those per year for that client, and you have 50 different clients, that's $81,000 a year just in fees. Now, yes, you're making a ton of money, right? Because if we take out the fees, you're making $36,000 a year on that one client. You have 50 clients, right? So you're making a lot of money, right? But you don't realize these things never show up on your statements because you only get the money. You never have to write that check. It's not like you collect $3,000 and Stripe says, write me a check for $135. You would feel that pain. No, instead, you end up getting $2,865 and you're like, hey, whatever. So this money starts adding up. So you could pass that fee along to your client. And that's up to you whether or not you want to absorb the platform fee or have them pay it. But what we do is we recommend that you use a Invoicer. Will give them two options on the invoice: pay with credit card, where they have to pay the platform fee if you decide to pass that along to them, or you could tell them to use ACH. Now, what's good about ACH is you get the money very quickly and you don't pay anywhere near the fees that you pay with credit card. It's like 10 cents on the dollar, the fees, maybe even less, that you pay when you're using ACH. Excuse me. And what's really most important, if anybody has ever been in the agency business, you find out when things go south, if they do, for whatever reason, and you could come up with 1,000 reasons why after 18 months, somebody is no longer satisfied. They wield the power of putting a chargeback in as far back as Amex and Stripe will let them go. And sometimes they will go back the full 18 months and say, because you said maybe the user is saying you promised them results, and you're saying, no, we didn't promise you results, we promised you the work. And then they'll make a story up to Stripe or Amex and say, they promised me #1 in the search engines. And no, you didn't. But whatever the case is, you find out, you get a $36,000 chargeback. So these are things that you'll learn working with us here at Scale. We educate you on these things, and once you get people paying you with ACH, that money is yours. And there's and if you're an ethical person that's giving out the proper services and proper consulting, and you've built people websites and you've done their automations, and they decide one day they want to do a chargeback, they can't. All right. So Invoicer. Here's the website, okay? Stop chasing payments, get paid automatically. It's the only invoicing platform that guarantees you to keep 100% of your revenue. Create professional invoices, accept payments instantly, and automate the entire billing process, all with 0 platform fees on ACH payments. Now, there might be minor fees on the ACH, okay? But we're striving to get them to 0. But trust me when I tell you, the fees would be minimal and nowhere near credit card, all right? As we said, you could easily save $3,000 per year. Easily save $3,000 per year. Here's a look inside of the dashboard. Now, I logged into my dashboard, so unfortunately, I don't have a lot of data in my personal dashboard. If the company dashboard, you would see all the different invoices that we have, but you get it. You have your invoices, you can see your customers, every transactions, products, and services. And we're going to be doing a full demo on Invoicer later this week. So you get instant payment collection. So you get Pay Now button. So every invoice includes a Pay Now button. The clients click, enter payment info, and you get paid instantly. You can accept credit cards, debit cards, Amex, ACH transfers, and digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay are also included. Your average payment time, 8 minutes instead of 30 days where you're waiting for checks. And you get automatic reminders. So our system will nag the client, or let me change that word, it will nudge the client for you. So the system sends payment reminders automatically for you on your behalf. Stripe and PayPal won't do that for you. You have to move to a professional invoicing system. All right. You never have to send awkward reminders and text messages. It's just automatically done professionally for you. And the reminders include the payment link so the client can pay immediately without digging through an old email. The old way you're doing it is with Stripe, and you have to send a text. Hey, bud, just checking in. How's everything going? Great. Yeah. Also, just wanted to ask, that invoice. Oh, I'll have Mary on the team dig it up. No, why not just have the link automatically in the reminder? We also have smart templates. These templates save you time. You could create these gorgeous, beautiful brand invoice templates with your logo, your colors, your payment terms, and generate new invoices in under 2 minutes by filling in the client name, which you already have on file. So it's a click out of your library. And then you add the amount, and now you can finally get paid on time without chasing people. All right, this is built for recurring revenue. So you can not just do one-time invoices. You can if you want, but you could also create contracts that have recurring income. Try doing that with Stripe and PayPal. It's very difficult. Sometimes you got to set up all these complicated things and know your way around the system. This is a software that is literally made for you. Sorry, Noodle, be quiet. You have accounting integration. So this syncs with QuickBooks and FreshBooks. And we also have multiple currency support for you. It also gives you predictable cash flow. So you could look in now that it's connecting to into QuickBooks and FreshBooks, and you can actually see forecasting. How much money do we have coming in the next 90 days or 60 days? Very good for accounting. And now you just collected the money, and now you need to actually send off a contract. So we have DocSigner. This is a digital signature PDF signing program with templates for people in the client services and digital marketers. Nothing else like this in the world exists, and it actually uses AI. So you can send contracts and get them signed from any device. No printing, scanning, faxing, or waiting days for signature. You upload a contract or use one of our templates. You invite the people that you want to invite. You track everything, sign, and done. You close the deals same day. This is a must-have for anybody in the client services business. So moving on, let's look at the website. It says you sign documents digitally. You get it. We didn't reinvent the wheel here, but why pay for something like DocuSign? And why not have something that's integrated into the process? This is all of the different agreements that we have here. As you can see, we have advertising services agreement, an affiliate agreement, arbitration agreement, cease and desist, buy, sell, brand deployment agreement, construction contract, consulting agreement, content creation contract, content marketing agreement, delivery management, educational services. Now, I want to say this. I didn't want to read off all of these different agreements. It would take me 5 minutes to do that. As you can see, this is an alphabetical order. So we have our A, our B, our C, and our D and our E right here. And we have 12 just in the first 5 letters of the alphabet. So I don't know how many there are here, but there are, I believe, over 50 different contracts that you could possibly imagine. And here's how it works. You upload your contract or pull it from the library or one that you created on your own with ChatGPT or whatever. And once you upload, you then invite new signers or people that you've already signed with. And then you get your document showing in the preview. And then you click, do you want to get a signature, an initial, add a date, or a text field? And in this case, I click on signature. Now you click anywhere on the canvas like I did right there. And then this node shows up and then you can drag it around and put it where you want. And then your documents are out for signing and it shows you what's pending. It shows you all of your documents here. You can see which ones already have signatures. You can see which ones are still pending. You could add profiles for your businesses that automatically show up in the contracts, and you can have profiles for signatures. You get reports on how many documents you've had completed, what's out, what's a success, et cetera, et cetera. So the recipients click and sign, and that's it. There's no app to download for them. They automatically get an invoice, and they could use it. What's really nice, as we said, we have the professional contract management, real-time tracking, all of these different things here.